Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Make an offering of a memory. Ooh, okay. Not entirely sure what to do. Hey guys, welcome back to Unmedicated and Dysfunctional. My name is Kenz. Welcome back. Today we're going to jump into a game called When the World Died. This is a experimental visual poem, I think is what they called it. So I'm very excited because the reviews on it were just crazy. People are saying it's like a roller coaster of emotions. So I'm very excited. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can hear that. That is very creepy. I was expecting to kind of have to read it, but the voice is creepy. It's really, I'm already kind of don't know how to feel because it's, normally when you go into these kind of games, you expect it to almost be a visual novel, but the way that they're doing the audio, how it's very broken up, is it's unsettling, I guess. So is this like a... Ooh. Ew. I'm afraid to look. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so you can't see because my fat head and the chair are in the way. But there's a little file here that says poem_1.txt. A flower is all the world's impossibility. She is the great subduer of sleep, the great one that overcomes and opens is simply to see, simply to be free. She twists, she dances, her scent glides on every breeze. She is the exploding result of impossible dreams. Oh, wow. Now here's a... Oh, you can see it now. Poem_2txt. A flower is the outcome of ambition, a monument to will, unrelenting. She knew not to say still and realized her own being. Ever so gently, she is the one that glides between then and now and never again. No place in particular, the complete disregard of whens and wheres. The face she bears is stubborn and proud. She declares her colors quite loud. Like a dandelion? This is... Ooh, I don't know how to feel right now. This is very bizarre. A flower is a secret finally told. Earth holds her like a whisper. When she realizes she finally withers, perhaps forgotten, perhaps granted remembrance, as a dedication to that sublime resemblance, which burns and illuminates every being's heart. She is the surmounted mark of divine art, that overcame both light and dark. Oh. A flower is like every dream. She reaches for the sky, too stubborn to die. Unforgiving, her aspirations are too high. She struggles from the ground, surrounding crowd her out. The world tries to drown her, tries to push her down. Oh gosh, the image I just noticed. Know your place, they always say, as they bury the grown grace. They teach her to beat herself, giving lessons in self-hate. Ooh. The imagery is just so disturbing, but but it doesn't, like, it's appropriate for what I think we're trying to receive. Here are a million ways to hide a budding face, but the only thing she knows is her own promise of a brighter day. Ugh. I like how they did the, kind of like the little flowering down the center of the poem. Somewhere in the distance, a flower... Oh. Oh, wow. Can I move? To jump... Oh, tap... Oh. Wow. She didn't deserve this, said the last flower. Oh, wow. Click on the earth to grow her. Wow. I'm not entirely sure where to go. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. So right now, I'm just continually floating up. I don't know if that's the right thing to do here. Oh, man. Wow. I mean, this is just... I don't even know what to say right now. I think it does want me to continue to go up, though, because it's not really floating me back down. The way that they did the environment is... there is something so chilling about it. I can feel my brow furrowing. And I'm so curious as to who, like, I'm assuming it's a reference to Mother Earth or Mother Nature. The audio too, the way that they did the audio. I don't think I want to go out here. What is this? Oh. Oh. This tree, this present, was precious once, forever ago. It dared to grow in a time when they asserted complete dominion over nature, over all life here. Okay. Ooh. Oh wow, it looks like dancing people. Okay. I don't like this one bit. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Fade gently, self-induced extinction and distractive tendencies, painting methane skies and boiling seas. You see, it doesn't matter if we all die, since no one else would know. After all, we were just another dot in the sky. There's a storm today. It hovers over towering concrete structures, pelting steaming buildings with something that's not water. It's the first rain in 8 years, the world over. Rain is so rare it became a myth. I'm told rain used to be water, but this is no water. Oh, wow. You collected a memory. Press the keyboard number 6 to read it. Keyboard number 6. Fade gently, oh, okay. We already did that one. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Oh. Oh, come on. There is so much. Oh, come on, buddy. There we go. I'm just trying to figure out, I guess, how to get to all of them. I need to float a little bit higher. It's so creepy. So very, very creepy. I wish, though, people were gripped by panic and confusion. The world was ending again. This time, the world was really ending, not like the last time when the populace was told that civilization would collapse to make their final arrangements to call their loved ones. Taxes had to be raised to prevent such doom. No, not even that. Not even like the time before that, when they were told that the world was ending because of the catastrophic megavirus, and all poor elderly and disabled had to be disposed of to sustain our quality of life, certainly unlike the time before that, when another global war erupted, resulting in the cataclysmic food shortage, and only the elite could eat because they needed the surge in profits to save civilization. No, not like those times. This time it was actually ending. A local political figure, someone fairly unimportant until now, leaked information about an asteroid approaching Earth, a very large thing that would surely end all life as we know it, if we don't do something now. We would all have to work together, sacrifice, recycle, and cut out on resources to make survival possible. The populace was told to evacuate all residential areas and migrate to establish safe zones. Bigger cities prepared to hold more people and better surveillance to keep things in order. Everyone would have to sacrifice, not like the last times when regulations and rations were more lax. No, this time, only the noblest and highest quality of sacrifice would do. Only then could we preserve our liberties and way of life. Everyone was to be relocated to the designated cities fit to survive a cataclysmic event, like an asteroid or meteorite. The size remained unclear. All that was known was that it could kill all life on Earth, or at least most of it, at any moment. A local political figure... Okay. I thought we had already read this. A local political figure, someone fairly unimportant until he bravely stepped up to inform the public of humanity's pending demise, would surely be re-elected come next voting cycle. Photos of him shaking hands with the rich and powerful graced every news outlet. Humanity's elite once more stepped up to the task. Everyone else was asked to make appropriate sacrifices to once again support their endeavors. It was made very clear that Earth was a dangerous place. Humans couldn't survive here. Something was always out to kill them, especially poverty and war. No amount of support given to the very rich and very powerful elite could end poverty and war. No amount of sacrifice was enough. That final clarity could move mountains. The populace would have to build against ships and eject this glorious human race into outer space. Only there could the human species survive. Everyone had to go. It was time to finally transcend Earth. Plans were put into motion to make such a feat possible. The elite organizing this would surely become richer as a result of such efforts. They deserved it. They were hard-working geniuses. Their idea was a development plan like no other. A glorious feat of human accomplishment lay before them. Humans were finally leaving this unsuitable Earth. But first sacrifices had to be made. No more dissent. Absolute unity was required to ensure success. Empathy is a weakness. We must be strong, they said. Ooh. Okay. Where was I going? I guess... yeah, this way. Travel takes a very long time, which I guess is good after you read something, because then you have more of a moment to digest it, I suppose. Which is good. You collected a poem. Press the number 9. How much more, God? As much as you can stomach and more. Grief, fear, then dread, a crown of thorns to decorate my head. Weave a robe of dry tears long ago shed, bitter jewelry to hang from my ears. They will wear them till I'm dead. How much more, God? I don't think you suffered quite enough. Here's relief, but I'll call it a bluff. None for me, and I know what's rough when make-believe God says to you he wants no love, but submission, and soon enough knees buckle. Barbed wire heart hung grief in the stomach. To fill the lung, too melodramatic? Then how would you like it sung? Up, down, or sarcastically cheery? It's the same feeling felt till I'm weary. So how should I wear my tired head when invented sources of hope answer but rarely? Hope I drink of you till I'm drunk, because when invented God does, my heart all but sunk. The odds aren't divided fairly, but there's a spark, some divine insinuation when it gets too dark, either ridicule, solemn sympathy, or bottomless hope in hopeless situations, something to feel in me. Still, I consistently return to the beginning. Yes, God, it's me that you hear singing. Since I'm so decorated with punishment before my sinning, holding on to you, them, it, then promise of better tomorrows. Asking of you from desperate to gently, how much more? Trials of circumstance are far too plenty. I've said it before, you've heard it, and still hear it all more. Thorns, how you like it. Stones for the feast. Reap what's not sown. All crops from the beast. It doesn't get any easier, you just get stronger. Beneath these all too familiar moments, where all that's left is to beg. Emotions swing from broken to solemn. Invisible deities are no source of strength. In moments like these, you can clearly see ridiculous persistent strength is never heaven sent. It's broken pieces scattered where things look dark, as gathered pieces that remain soon together for a brand new start. Not much more, I think. Strength comes from the heart. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, where there was one close to here, that must be it. Oh, what is this? What is that? Oh, that must be the memory that I just now had. I feel like though I'm getting very far from everything else because there were a bunch more kind of on the other side of this hill, or the other side of where I came from. Oh, these, I want to know what these figures are, if these are people, or if they're what they are. What are they? Wow! How beautiful. Press number 7. Even as I stare into absolute pit of eternity's gripping darkness, I can see the radiant hope of stars. Look how beautiful you are, and I can say that I knew you. In the windy display of lost moments and chance, even I hear its music tonight, among a whirlwind of planets and knotted seconds that dance. I'm carried by rays of invisible light, holding the endless stream of memories that slip from my hands, that slip right out of sight. Still, how alive you are, unafraid of stillness. Hearts beat generously here, just to give another moment. Even in a precious moment's surrender, all things pass, as time immeasurable reaches past, to race away into the cosmic splendor of forever. I, the sandcastle facing tides of carefully measured seconds, claim this space that I am from grains of counted sea glass. For even among the radiant hope of stars, before death, unknown dreams, heartbeats, precious breath, I am a moment in the cosmos too. Okay. Wow. It's so, everything is just so, it feels so far away, which I feel is actually very appropriate to how things are being presented to us. I think it matches really well the tone of the poems. I wish travel was a little bit easier, because everything feels just kind of endless, and I feel like I'm not really getting anywhere, which again really matches the tone of everything we're reading. And yeah, I can see why this game is as just as, I don't know. That's the thing, is I really don't have, I think, the right words for it. Celebrated doesn't seem right. Celebrated does not seem to be right. Like, there's so many ruins I'm having to go through to find all of these poems and memories. And what's... Ooh, she's a liar. There are always two sides of the story. What is this? Just to be clear, it wasn't the first time that humanity decided to populate other planets. The attempt had been made before, unsuccessfully, I might add. It is a matter of perspective, you must understand. Such endeavors take trial and error, as well as great sacrifice. This is the dilemma. Without humanity's visionaries, humanity might long have succumbed to various existential fates. True utilitarianism bets on visionaries securing infinite futures, even if at the expense of momentary comfort. Wars, famines, poverty, and inequality are all small price to pay for attaining these futures, especially when reaching for the stars. Sacrifices are in order. Although it's always someone else that must make the sacrifices, ironically, those demanding the sacrifices never made any themselves. Those demanding our sacrifices live in comfort. The few that wield power over the rest of us are a grand spectacle of wealth. They convinced us that their wealth was hard-earned, that they, the elite, are all around better humans, and therefore deserving of such advantages. Everyone else falls in line again and again and again, or so these stories go. A long time ago, before most of the history was destroyed, and along with it most of these stories, there lived two of the world's wealthiest and most powerful men. No, not like now. These two were wealthier than ever, and anything after them. Their wealth rivaled anything ever witnessed. It took the efforts of the entire planet and bitter collective sacrifice to put them on such a pedestal, and they sure did earn it. Ooh. This all sound... Ooh. They lived in unfathomable richness. New numbers had to be invented to reflect their value. The world and anything in it was owned by these two. Everyone else needed money in order to put food on the table and maintain comfortable quality of life, so this wealth gap remained relatively unchallenged. The two richest men that ever lived couldn't agree on who owned what, so they split the world in half. It took even more unchallenged, bitter sacrifice on part of the collective to make this possible. Families, homes, cities were divided over the night. The tragedies were countless, but necessary, so that the two might finally have peace and represent humanity as its true luminaries. It was too hard for them to share the Earth, so they started catastrophizing why humanity must finally leave Earth. If anyone was to survive, it was true. The world was too small for everyone. It could end at any moment. Our resources were running out too. Scarcity was common. Earth could not support the infinite growth of wealth. So they devised a plan to send humanity to Mars. This made sense. Mars was a close planet just within reach. The only caveat was that Mars was much more dead than Earth, much more of an unsuitable climate, much more unlivable, but Mars could be terraformed with the last remaining resources left on Earth to make it a suitable replacement planet. The luminaries had spoken. They had their wealth behind them. What fool could possibly argue? Eventually, the two richest people that ever lived left with a large chunk of the world's inhabitants. They needed a suitable workforce to terraform Mars. Bigger numbers meant better sacrifices could be made. The two richest people that ever lived also left with the immeasurable amount of Earth's scarcest resources, all to Mars. They successfully arrived, albeit with very little left. Sacrifices had to be made. That was a given. Those that survived the trip were happy just to be included and to begin work on their new home planet. Although the efforts of the workforce were not enough, slowly the numbers dwindled. There simply was not enough to support the vision of these great men. Most everyone starved. Science had failed them, humanity had failed them, everyone died except the two great men, the last two surviving humans on that distant planet. Such a spectacle for the human race. They still could not agree on who owned Mars, so the cycle of hoarding was what was left continued, with fortunes slowly dwindling. Eventually, one outlived the other. It was a glorious day to finally have a true victor, the greatest luminary to ever live. He was the visionary that succeeded through this entire ordeal and brought greatness to Mars. Since he outlived the other, he could finally be the self-pronounced richest man in the world to have ever lived. Tears of joy ran down his face. This was all he ever wanted. He was the king of Mars. Either way, this story is ancient history. We are not to talk about it. It is demoralizing to talk that way about our elite. And we have to support all efforts to leave Earth once and for all. It's an old story passed down from long dead people that made their sacrifices long ago. Are we on Mars? Okay, where was I headed? This way. I was headed this way. This is very dense material in terms of like it's just very dark. But it's interesting because there are a lot of things that are left unanswered. Oh. And it's a beautiful game. Like, despite the style being so different, it is very beautiful. Oh, what did I get? Number 5? Don't think about how hard you've had it. Think about how good you will have it. As long as you are fighting, you will have a chance. But what remains after? Pain is temporary, death is permanent. In moments bereft, counting what's left. And yet they could never take everything from me, even if I must live to relive. Memories will never claim all of me against all odds quite stubbornly. There will always be a piece left. That piece, a seed, will always regrow, the same way that nature reclaims my hope. I too will from what remains. Earth knows how to survive. Like her, I can thrive. As long as I'm alive, I can weather every coming storm. As long as I have a mind of my own, I can see, hopefully. Past points of view, struggling with perception, sowing seeds from what's left, even if just barely. This is my message, burden and painful truth, just so he knows you didn't completely destroy what you couldn't have. Okay. That way, I suppose. I think we're collecting 10. I don't see any over there. So, Well, there's one that... Let's go collect this one, and then we'll go wrap back around. It's weird, because sometimes you can go really fast, and sometimes you just kind of fall. I haven't quite figured out why, though, yet. But everything seems so far. It feels far. Maybe it's not. Maybe it just feels that way. Because of the mode of... I'm a little seed. I'm the last hope. I'm what's regrowing. Wow. But there are lots of many other seeds too. And that kind of makes me sad a little bit. Collected it. Number 3. I'm lost to you again, condemned silence of a burden. I know you visit too often, reminding in bitter loneliness, crushed by the butchery of moment. You are stolen future. I beg, can I have my dreams back? How they once called to me. I search for their promises made to be sweetly, shining between the countless prisms of dreaming eyes. Their promised tomorrow now taken, a loss never to be returned or made right. And I will never know why. You are possibility not to be realized. Call it by name, injustice. Cruel and cold, you are aggravating and bitter, burning my eyes, casting giant plumes of smoke to spite my sky, and blot out its sun that will never again shine. My heart beats weakly as you chain to my breath, mocking a loss that I cannot accept. This angered realization of a stolen future, one, if only, that would no longer be. Yet, you happened, and I will never understand why. Here it is that I ask again and again and again. Why? Why is the most consuming of questioned. Why's pointless twisting path leads me back to the beginning after another end. Why did it happen? Why didn't I? What did I do to deserve this? Please tell me why. Why reaps my own judgment that I sow in these bitter moments where I wonder why. So, dreams, I bury you here, between these aching words, goodbye. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. 3 more off this way. What's really fascinating, I feel like you could spend a lot of time in this game because there's just so much to unpack in each of these poems that they're putting forward. I'm wondering too if this was all the same person. This one seems closer. Let's go this one first. If this is all the same person or if they had several people writing these out. So I'd be really curious to see who the actual authors are. Oh, no. I want to go up. Okay, let me figure out where the heck I'm going. Oh, no, wait, that was just me. I'm going up. Straight up. No. Oh, stop. 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 Oh my god, this is getting really very frustrating. Just get this. Stop. So I have to find all the creases and crevasses that will let me go high enough to reach this note here. Oh, good, for the love of God. Okay. There we go. Okay. Don't you think it's strange that they died the way they did? Extinction. I think we will die up here. Oh. I think maybe we will die up here. My colleague looks at me, angered again. No, you can't. Speak like that. It's forbidden. You listen. We are making our voyage to a better place, and we do what's necessary to sustain our way of life. Hoarding is not forbidden. Some deserve more than others, and some are destined to be poor. Always. Yes, I agree. Overtaken by guilt. Always. I think we will die up here. Okay. What is... Oh, is this a note? Our supplies dwindle and even borders have drawn in. Space. Even on its ship, people are hoarding and our elite do nothing to stop, so all of us can live. Oh, there's so much to this game. They really, I mean, they put a lot. I'm very surprised at like how much really went into this. The terminal spits out another reading. It looks grim. I shudder to think that there is a chance that we will never reach the other Earth. Wow, 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 wow. Can I walk into this? What is this? It's cold as I stare into the void. A bleakest emptiness is overtaking us, and we are going nowhere. Whoop. The stars glow, but behind them always hovers a pitch black reach of nothingness I dread. Okay, let's see. Do I get more commentary here? My colleague looks at me. No, you can't speak. Is that forbidden? Okay. Wow. Alright. Oh, number 8. I think we only have 2 more. Don't you think it's strange? Oh, this is what we just saw. Okay. Now, where are the last 2? Over there. Okay, so now that we're on the top, hopefully travel will be better. I just have to go from roof to roof. And I think I'll be okay as long as I can make it roof to roof. As long as I can make it. As long as I can. Nope, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Jesus. This is seriously like wildly frustrating. Wildly. Okay, and this is a long way. Speaking of light that way, but I want to get these first. Please take me up. Life became abstract. I had one of those dreams once. It was strange. I never understood what it meant. It was about how. We forgot the earth. We stopped telling stories about nature and living in it. Our fantasy stopped about living among the other living beings here. We started telling stories only of ourselves, the way life we created outside of everything. It became the only reality and nothing else existed to us. Eventually, we stopped seeing nature entirely. We kept it at such a distance that it disappeared to us as a concept. We kept devouring it to sustain the way of life we created. Earth eventually disappeared from reality altogether. None of this was necessary. We just convinced ourselves that it was inevitable. Until we forgot that it wasn't always like this, that it didn't need to be like this. Earth turned barren. We resented being on it more and more. Now we talk about leaving it. I think, in a way, this feels like the end of us, too. It started with our stories. We just couldn't see life outside of ourselves. Life became abstract. Oh, okay. I'm sorry it isn't fair. It wouldn't be like this. If enough of us cared, disenfranchised, I can't help but wonder what fee do you pay for bottled air? Does it kill you slow or starve off death? Does the world end with a crash in a struggling breath? What is a going price for the last seed? Is the trash you're drowning in recycled or green? Will you struggle to replant lost forests? Are any even left? I'm sorry, I used the last water to keep my lawn green. 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 It was all symbolically green. And you're not popular topic for scrutiny of neighbors, talk show hosts, and two-sided debates. It would be different. But, as it relates, there was an issue with funding to save you some rain and non-toxic breeze. Tomorrow wasn't a good investment opportunity, and our campaigns didn't have enough money. And our money was used to cut down all the trees, because a dead tree was worth more to us than one that was living, breathing being. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Up. Up we go. Just gonna kind of drift a bit, I guess. Ah! Okay. The little ones. Oh, such a little bird. Ever since anyone could remember, humankind had to assert that they are the best, the most superior being on this burnt, worn earth. Humanity is better, smarter, more powerful than anything that ever lived. We've thought this for so long that we forgot why we started believing it in the first place. Eating the world. Well, where did I go? Eating the world, draining the water, cutting the forests, creating deserts that stretch from one end to the other, to sustain the needs to prove ourselves that we are better. A dead tree is more valuable to us than a living one. A dried river more profitable than one that holds water, because scarcity is good. Life is a resource to us. Our greed is a necessity. It serves a greater purpose. That purpose is us. Ever since I could remember, we strangled life. This eventually grew into not tolerating any life other than our own. Man had to snuff out what remained of the birds, the insects, the other life. Literally anything else living and breathing. They couldn't tolerate pets anymore. Some justification or another. I can't recall. There was always justification. It always made sense. Oh, but the doggies. I used to believe it until I got to know what we were killing. Somewhere in the desert, I found a small colony of birds, tiny things, I think. They were like sparrows or a type of hummingbird, like in the old books. I was appalled at first and then in awe. I never saw something else other than us. They were so small, jumping around, busy doing little silly things. They could fly. I never saw anything like that. How wonderful that must have felt to them. How the air carried them here and there. They were afraid of me, as they should be. I don't know why, but I kept going back to that place to see them. I know I should have told someone that birds lived there, especially since they lived so close to people and maybe posed a threat. Some justification as to why they were dangerous, or another. Always justification, so that they could be exterminated. But I just couldn't get myself to tell anyone about them. I started bringing them food. I didn't know what they would eat, but seeing that they didn't have much, I brought water. Sometimes I mixed it with sugar. They started trusting me. The first time one drank from my hand, I cried. It was so small, so frail, but it trusted me. At first, I didn't think they could feel. I didn't think that they could care or that they felt pain, but I don't know. I watched them. They cared for each other. That one that trusted me kept following me around. I thought at first that it was just wanted food, but it didn't care about food anymore. It would play in my hair. It would pet it. It was so small. Oh, not funny. The longer I spent with it, the more I felt like I understood it. It had feelings. It liked things. It disliked other things. I went back often. Sometimes I visited just to talk to them. There was something about them. I felt like they saw me. As I lie there, some of the little ones flew to me. The one I befriended sat on my face, attacking any other that came too close. I felt like it was protecting me. I felt like it cared. It wanted me to be okay. After that, I couldn't other them anymore. I couldn't other them? They were alive, just like me. They cared about things, just like me. They loved. They made me laugh. They could be so silly. I never felt loved the way I felt loved by them. Oh, hummingbirds are so cute. Eventually, someone followed me to the place and found the birds. They reported them. The exterminators came. When I went back to visit, the tiny bodies laid lifeless in the dirt. The one that I loved the most was holding on for dear life. Oh, I don't know why it fought so hard to stay alive. Why did it fight? Why did it care so much to keep living? I held it, crying, trying my best to tell it that I loved it. Somehow I thought if I loved it hard enough, and if it just understood how much I loved it, death would leave it alone. Something that's loved so much can't just die. I held it until its body grew cold and hard. I couldn't stop holding it. It felt wrong to put it down. I kept crying, telling it I loved it, hoping that something would happen, but it was dead. Now I can't understand why. Something so small, so silly, a life so tiny taught me what love is. They said of these birds that they don't feel, that they are less than us, that they just function, but I don't understand anymore. How can we say that something we never even got to know? How can we say that we are great when we kill something so small and precious, for no other reason than that it is alive and we are better than it? I can't understand. Something so precious, so loved, can't just go away after it dies. You can't just dissolve a spirit so beautiful, something loved. Can't just vanish like that. I miss the birds. They didn't deserve us. The tower called Grief. Someone stole the sun, a tower of grief. It hovers just above me, casting its shadow periodically. Every day in my way, I can't see a promise. Myself daily, death. Not another breath longer, not another day beyond this one. Another I must brave, but I'm not brave. Still, I am here, alive, my miracle. Maybe it's a miracle, if you say. A terrible blessing, undisguised, my breathing burdened. I wish I were no longer just to escape that tower. I'm not stronger every day, a battle, every moment a struggle. How horribly it all towers. I want justice, this is my end, because I can't escape. This shadow, wherever madness goes, the saddest know it by name. I am abandoned before its gates, the tower called Grief. Still, towers crumble, gates rust, shadows dissolve. Someday, in some way, I'll find my way back to me. I'll be free. Oh, wow. Okay, so we collected memory 4. Okay. Last one, right across there. I'm trying to figure out a good way to get to it, because I'm pretty much just having to mash and hope I don't go all the way back down to the ground. It's been a dreadful process. I'm not going to lie. There we go, last one. Here we go. Faith? Yeah. Oh, that one disappeared. There's only one more fairy tale left, I think. This place, this planet, has been here for incomprehensible time, always twisting, changing, growing, shrinking, breaking. It is ancient compared to anything that lived, if we must compare. Some things are so old they no longer measured. They loop back around to the beginning, twisting along with time. Time carries these things. Time can be an empty hollow. Time can be full of memories, but there is always time. The planet has time. It has time to heal, to remember all its forms, to invent new ones. Nothing that lived here can compare to how ancient it is. Species have come and gone, but this place remembers it all. There are spirits here, presences that is as old as the earth itself. You used to be able to feel them when you stood in the clear, glittering sea, or climbed great mountains dotted with ancient forests. You could feel how old life is, things that have always been, which time cannot consume. Never mind the dead. Nothing really disappears, everything dances between being and not being. I need you to understand that as you consider the spirit of this long extinct flower, I see you following her around. One flower that used to live a long time ago. Look how beautiful life is. The flower's spirit is electric, a prism of light taken apart, put together, pulsating with defiant dreams. She is just like the sand in the rivers that once were, the twisting green trees that whispered our secrets, between dancing leaves, the animals that played, also full of life. Everywhere you see the spirits, don't you? Maybe you don't. Still, their spirits are here, waiting for the earth to heal. Wah, wah, wah. Nothing ever disappears. There are things too beautiful, too precious to just vanish. Something so loved doesn't just diminish. Something so loving can't just go away into nothing. This flower is one of them. Her spirit is strong. I admire it. Even if extinct and long ago dead, she still dreams of growing seeds that dance in the wind, take root in rich soil, stretching leaves and flowering limbs, then all over again. What a dance it all was, and maybe still is. This flower is remembered by the earth. Nothing ever truly dies. No. I think maybe she can heal. It hurt that they left. There's a great deal of sin that scars this place. How awful that was. They crushed this one beautiful spirit. Something is bound in the center of the city. It can't just go away. It struggle to let go. Ew, creepy. Ew, that was weird. Didn't like that. Something is right while this excruciating pain festers, unacknowledged. Earth and the spirit await to heal. We wait for that beautiful thing, too bound, too cut, too hurt to be free. There is hope everywhere. Have you gathered it? Maybe you can help with these memories. The beautiful spirit was a poet once, such a powerful heart, a poet that saw us. Her words were captured by the wind and kept alive. Someday I hope she will remember how strong she was. Here I kept something of hers alive. Maybe the flower can carry it back. Hope. Hope is a place of refuge, where you go to assert the things that things can get better, that they do indeed heal, a looking glass where you perceive far past how you feel. Hope is a seed of virtue despite all that hurts, it soothes. Where what remains of faith will speak anew as the soul declares, with newfound defiance, a future away from present grief. Hope as such that stars readily shine for those willing to reach a place divine. Light granted and courageous glances one freely steals from them. From that crystal ball, look clearly, and you'll see it all unfettered, unshattered, hope to gather. You collected a memory. Cool. I've got all the memories. Now what? Oh, follow the breaking heart. No, don't do that to me. This game would be so good if traveling like this wasn't a thing. That's my biggest peeve with it. It's just the way that you have to travel through the game. Like, yeah. Oh, you're creepy. Are these all the... I mean, it's very interesting. I do enjoy, you know, what they did with it. It's just how you get from point A to B is all. And if that were different... Oh, hummingbird clouds. Oh.
Hummingbird catchers string their nuts high, traps to show, nectar, crimson, gold. A heart to entice, hearts to snare, the one to buckle and fold. At times like these, the world feels cold, but times like these are testament to strength of soul. And I've got one to show.
The voice acting is so creepy. Aw. I like birds, so it does kind of break my heart a little bit. Wow, the animation is kind of crazy.
Hummingbird nets cast. How long will it last? Great men do unspeakable things. The greater believe it helps them win. But greatness isn't measured by the weight of sin. It's measured by the strength within. What you do and put another through.
Hmm.
Greatness ill excused, are words of some castaway muse. Hummingbird abuse serves us no use. It may temporarily amuse, but soon it gets old. When all the greatest have colors and truth to show, nectar crimson and another's gold.
Poor little. Poor no hummingbirds. Ooh.
Hummingbird snatchers. I heard they're collecting hearts and wished upon stars. Messengers beating wounded drums. It's a song to regret, bitter notes stuck in my head. Keep it so it can last, God knows they're trying. Beating too fast, keep it from flying. You can keep it, hopefully from dying. Steal a heart and greed makes one deaf and dumb. Feel my soul and heart thrum.
What's crazy is hummingbirds, their hearts only have so many beats in it, so you pretty much, they live until they run out of heartbeats, which is kind of sad, but very, like, I don't know.
Hummingbird trappers plotting soon enough. I can hear them. A message for the scheming. Greed makes us all dead. So come death, you among free men. These ones hurt, but you can't see them. For each evil, I feel less. For each blow to me, I grow all the more fearless. So come face me, dear bitter demons, and tell them boldly that I too am a human being.
Almost there to the top. Oh, liar. Hey! I wish all these clinically insane women would... Whoa, 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 whoa. I know nothing about this except that no man has... Whoa, 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 whoa. People that provide a lot of evidence are being verbose is often tactic used by abusers. I can't believe we're talking about her again. I feel bad for her. She is deeply disturbed. Shared troubles, something that happened about her. I can't believe we're still talking about her. She just lashes out at anyone and anything because of unhealed trauma. Don't believe her. She makes us real victims look bad. Wow, 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 wow. What is... She is incoherent. I don't understand. Just an accusation. No one... Whoa! Do I have to put all of these in the recycling bin? Delete all. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Make an offering of a memory. Ooh, okay. Not entirely sure what to do. Okay. Get her down? Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna go back down. Oh, hi.
Why did you help?
No, no, no.
Until you brought
Till you brought me back, I didn't even remember who I was.
I don't know how. I can't. It hurts so bad. I don't know how to move on. How?
There is like, so I'm... There is so much happening in my head right now. Leave this place together. I guess up is the only...
Dandelion through a crack. She's alone to color gray stone. I wonder how she does it. She grows so above it, even when no one loves it. What's her source of strength, I wonder? It seems endless. When she goes through great lengths just to grow, just to show her blooming face in an unwelcoming place. Although stepped on every day, her head's held high in the morning.
These are little spirits, but who am I? What's my spirit? Oh, wow. What is this? Do I just collect it? What do I do with it? What is it? I flew through it. Do I really just go up? Like, where do I don't know where to go. Unless those must have been the memories that we had collected earlier. Maybe I do just go up. I guess. Maybe? Do I just keep going? This is what I did the first time, and I didn't understand that I was going the wrong way. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know where to go. Oh, that was it. It's over. Okay. Okay. Why does it want... What does it want me to do? Okay. So, wow. Welcome to my home screen. We're gonna block that off for you. Just enjoy the darkness for a minute. That is a lot. There's a lot to unpack there. Wow. That's a game. That is a thinker right there. That is a big thinking game right there. The poetry, it took kind of a turn where I really thought we were, you know, it went from, I can't even form the right words right now. It went from like saving the planet and doing wrong to other creatures and things like that to all of a sudden like this crazy abuse, and it's my mind is having a hard time with the transition and putting it together into one story. But the poems, I want to know if that was all one writer or if that was several different people. It's very interesting, very, very meta. A lot of things that you can take away from it. That's a thinker. That's one you really have to think about and let soak in when you're done playing it. I do wish the controls were different because that got really frustrating, and that frustration, I think, took away from the overall experience of these big places that the person writing the game was trying to go. But other than that, I think the idea was there, and it's just a lot to consume, I think. But yeah, you do go through a lot of feelings. People were not wrong about that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to play this game, I do have the link down in the description below, so check them out. Support that creator. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye!